Bill O'Reilly here, Monday, December 30th, 2019. You're listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. Joe Biden says he might not comply with a Senate subpoena. U.S. military bombs Iran-backed targets in Iraq and Syria. Baltimore hits a grim murder number in 2019. A man beaten to death in New York City for $1. And a suspect released without bail after punching an NYPD police officer in the face. Also, the message of the day on New Year's resolutions for powerful people. But first, Joe Biden tells reporters he will not, quote, yield to what everybody is looking for, unquote, should senators demand he testify. Republican leaders are hoping to speak with the Democratic frontrunner over his son's business dealings with Ukraine during the impeachment trial. The USA launching 5 airstrikes against multiple targets inside Iraq and Syria. The Pentagon says warplanes hit Iran-backed militants in the region. Secretary of State Pompeo describes the mission as a decisive response to Tehran's growing presence in Iraq and Syria, which is causing violence and chaos. Baltimore breaking its annual record for homicides in 2019. The city of about 600,000 people racked up 342 murders in the past 12 months, a rate of 57 per 100,000 folks. By comparison, New York City has 8 million residents, but just 306 homicides. That said, a New York City man was beaten to death and robbed of $1. The 60-year-old victim was leaving a McDonald's restaurant in the Bronx when he was attacked for his wallet and phone. The assault was witnessed by dozens of pedestrians, but no one stopped to help the victim. Across town, the court released a man accused of punching a New York City police officer in the face without bail. Video footage shows the attack. The guy actually threw the cop to the ground in Brooklyn. Members of the police union described Mayor Bill de Blasio's policies toward law enforcement as a, quote, total failure, as violent criminals now go largely unpunished. In a moment, President Trump, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi. I have some resolutions for them. You've been hearing about gold all over the news. Prices continue to climb. Not surprising, given all the warnings of a recession and the uncertainty of the upcoming election. Americans are looking for stability as a way to protect their savings and retirement. That's why I recommend you consider gold and silver as a safe haven for your savings and retirement. The company I recommend and have for years is American Hartford Gold Group. They are A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Also, they make it simple and easy for you to invest in physical gold and silver. If you're listening right now, you get a free silver coin from my friends at American Hartford Gold Group. All you have to do is give them a call, 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD. Call them now to claim your free silver gift for a limited time and tell them Bill sent you. Or visit them online at www.billfreecoin.com. Again, that's 877-444-4653 or billfreecoin.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day, resolving to do better in 2020. Every year, columnists suggest resolutions to powerful and famous people who promptly ignore them. Nevertheless, I'm going to do that, knowing full well that my effort might go unappreciated. I fully realize that it is presumptuous of me to tell others how to conduct themselves in the public arena, but I do this with America's welfare in mind. So here we go. President Trump might resolve to avoid consigning deceased people to hell. There just doesn't seem to be much upside to doing that. Purgatory, okay, but Hades is a bit extreme. Nancy Pelosi should resist scolding reporters who ask if she hates Donald Trump. Even though she says she's praying for the president, it sure looks like she despises every fiber of his being. She hasn't consigned Mr. Trump to hell yet, but she once suggested that he visit San Francisco, which is pretty much the same thing these days. Adam Schiff might consider a resolution not to meet with federal whistleblowers until the whistle is actually blown. Advanced coaching in whistle land smacks of corruption, Mr. Schiff. Are you not aware of that? Mitch McConnell should resolve to hold a fair impeachment trial, providing it does not run longer than 90 minutes. Enough time for Senator Lindsey Graham to call the proceedings a sham, and Senator Chuck Schumer to bring in a medium to contact impeached President Andrew Johnson, who may be spending eternity in San Francisco. Joe Biden has many resolutions from which to choose. One would be not to say the words, "in fact," 20 times in every paragraph. Another might be to put Hunter up for adoption. Bernie Sanders could resolve not to say the word billionaire in 2020. But then Bernie would have very little to shout about in his speeches. Maybe he could replace billionaire with Bloomberg. Same thing. Elizabeth Warren might resolve to cut back on her plans because they're far too complicated. A fun resolution might be for her to endorse making the crime of home invasion legal. That way, Americans could take stuff from other Americans without the government's help, which would cut down on the bureaucracy. Vice President Pence should take a hard look at resolving to say just one thing in 2020 that Americans will actually remember. Mayor Pete knows what his resolution must be. No more wine in caves. Far too dangerous with all those bats in there. Rudy Giuliani also knows his resolution. No more Ukraine, even though the beaches are fabulous. Wait, Putin has seized the beaches. Doesn't matter. Ukraine should never see the mayor again under any circumstances. James Comey needs to resolve to do nothing in 2020. Self-induced coma. Finally, the corrupt media should collectively resolve to keep on keeping on. Why not? As long as Trump is president, why bother gathering facts? Why run with that when it's much easier and far more enjoyable just to hate Trump? It's a gas, 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 as the Stones once sang. And so it goes with thanks to Linda Ellerby for coining that phrase. Happy New Year, unless Trump wins. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve that message by actually writing it. For more commentary, please go to BillO'Reilly.com. In a moment, something you might not know. There are literally thousands of abandoned animals that need your help. So I have partnered with Delta Rescue, founded by actor Leo Grillo, to rescue some of them. 40-year-old Delta Rescue is the only no-kill, care-for-life animal sanctuary of its kind, home to more than 1,500 rescued dogs, cats, and horses on a 150-acre ranch. Visit deltarescue.org/bill to get Delta Rescue's free estate planning package to learn how to grow your estate while letting your compassion for animals live on well into the future. That's deltarescue.org/bill to get this free estate planning package. I have donated. And since it's the holiday season, enjoy the movie Magic on Delta Rescue's website free. Magic is the heartwarming story of a Christmas dog that is an angel, played by Christopher Lloyd. deltarescue.org/bill. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. The recreational purchase of marijuana, now legal in 11 states across America. An additional dozen are in the process of decriminalizing the drug, which is an intoxicating substance. Despite gaining media acceptance in recent years, cannabis does pose a very real threat, especially for younger Americans. Doctors nationwide report a dramatic increase in the number of teens seeking treatment for cannabis abuse, a 22% jump in the last 5 years. One of the nation's largest healthcare providers claims a 180% increase in private rehab claims. Some blame the disturbing trend on pot's potency. Legalization in states like Colorado and Massachusetts allows companies to ramp up the THC count by more than 90%. The new marijuana can lead to major mental disorders like schizophrenia and depression. Economists say the cost of treating marijuana abuse is around $100 billion a year, which is staggering. Pot advocates claim legalization will advance social justice. But studies show most cannabis companies are funded by big tobacco and Wall Street investors, not small businesses. Others say liberalizing the pot laws will reduce arrests of minorities for drug offenses. But in Washington, D.C., which legalized the drug years ago, arrests for marijuana-related crimes have tripled since decriminalization, including a double-digit increase in driving under the influence. New York Governor Cuomo also calling for legalization, saying he needs the money. While the move may generate some tax dollars, experts say the police would shell out more than $1 billion to train and equip officers to handle marijuana problems in public. And here's something you might not know. The newest risk for America's teenagers, vaping. The number of teens vaping pot has doubled in just the past year. Recent surveys show 1 out of every 5 high schoolers vapes marijuana. Mark my words. Rampant pot use will increase in the USA. Back after this. Near rock bottom mortgage rates are behind a surge in refinance activity. Have you taken advantage of them? If not, you're not too late. Why not take 10 minutes today and make the call to American Financing? You can learn about lower rates as well as many other benefits available to you, like consolidating high-interest debt, dropping mortgage insurance, accessing cash, and shortening your term. Whatever your need, they are here to help. There's no commission. There's no pressure. Their only objective is to customize a loan that can add hundreds, maybe even $1,000 back to your monthly budget. Pre-qualification free. There are no upfront fees or hidden fees to pay. And it really only takes 10 minutes to get started. So why not see what they can do for you? Please give them a call now. They're open nights and weekends, 888-462-9557. That's 888-462-9557. Or you can apply online, AmericanFinancing.net. American Financing, NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.